Hey everyone, it's Patty from PS Paper Crafts, and I want to do a birthday series. I'm going to do a 6-week series every other week on Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you're available, you could join me live or you can join me. Let me just mute myself. Sorry. You can watch the replay. So what I'm going to do is each class in the birthday series, I'll be making cards, 3 cards, birthday, and different themes. And this is my schedule. So today we're doing floral themed. And then February 20th, I'm doing every other Monday, cute kids cards. March 6th, we'll do masculine cards. March 20th, gift card holders. April 3rd, fun fold cards, and April 17th, black and white cards. And the way this will work is I'm going to demonstrate the cards, and if you want to get the card kits with the instructions and everything, you can place an order, $35 order before shipping and tax on my online store, and I will send you the kits to make 6 of the cards. So you'll get kits to make 2 of each design. So 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these. If you make a $50 purchase, I'll give you the kits, the instructions, and also an embellishment. And this time we're going to be using the brushed brass butterflies. So I'll give this to you for free if you do a $50 order. And don't forget, we're in celebration, so you're also going to get a celebration product in addition to the kits and the embellishment. Okay, so that's kind of the idea behind this. And in order to get the kits, and when you place an order, you need to use this host code 3V63UYMA. And if you didn't write it down, or you don't have to worry about it, you can copy and paste it. If you go to my blog, pspapercrafts.com, and you have to place your order between February 6th and February 12th, and that's how it works. And then we'll be on to the next class. So anyway, let's get started. When you get your kits, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get an envelope. You'll have 2 card bases. There will be an envelope in the back. There'll be the inside layer, and if I have some designer series paper, like for instance this one, I have a little strip on the inside, and you'll get all the pieces to make the cards. This one you're actually going to get linen thread, and then this one you'll get all the pieces. So you'll be able to make 2 cards with each of those kits. Okay, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you. You will need adhesive, you'll need ink, and you'll need your own stamps. So if you want to use the stamp set I used, now for all of these, I used um, the pansy patch stamp set. Now I didn't use the pansies, but I used the happy birthday, and then the inside, wishing you a little happiness just because you're you. I love that. And if you want, you can make them thank you cards. You don't have to make them birthday cards. This is a birthday series, but you can do whatever you want. Let's see, what else? I think that's it. So let's get started. We're going to start with this one first. So let's get this kit out. So these kits are all made up and ready to go. And I have one with just the single card here. I'm just trying to see. I have this big thing in them. I'm watching on my computer to see if there's any comments or anything. And there was this big white box in the way. So we're going to get our pieces out. And whenever I do kits, I always put the inside layer in the back of everything, because sometimes the front has a white layer. I don't have it on any of these cards, and sometimes it's a different size. So just leave that back one in there. And this one doesn't have an inside piece. So let's make this card, and we're just going to burnish the card base. This is the thick basic white. When I do a card base, I use the thicker one. It's just a little heftier. And then we have all our pieces here. Oh, I do have an inside. I guess I put 2 insides there. Okay, so that's the inside layer. Very easy card to make. And we have 2 pieces of twine, a short one and a long one, and we'll work on that in a minute. We're doing Starry Sky. That's the color of the cardstock, and also the color of the ink that we're using. And we're going to use the Happy Birthday, and we'll just ink that up and just get this kind of straight. And I'm going to put it a little bit to the left, not too much, but we're going to put that butterfly on it right here. Okay, and we're going to have to clean that off before we, let's do the inside layer while we're here, before we do the next card. So on the inside layer, we're going to use the other stamp. Okay, and I like to just get the, let me get it. Oh, the piece here, just to get an idea of where it's going to be. So when I stamp this, and we always want to stamp before we adhere, just in case it doesn't ink up good or it's crooked, then you could flip your paper over. Okay, so let's put the ink away. I love this color, this Starry Sky. And now we're going to just adhere our pieces together. It's a very simple card to make. I'll just adhere this right onto this. Okay, and then we're going to adhere this onto the inside layer, and I'll put that aside for a few minutes while we get the rest of the front done. So I like to do birthday cards. I think we all probably make more birthday cards than any other kind of card, so I thought it would be good to kind of make a whole series. So let's put this one on. And on the PDF that I send, if you do make a purchase and do get the kits, I will have pictures, I'll have measurements, and then step-by-step instructions, as well as the link to this video, so you can watch it again if you needed to. But they're pretty simple cards. There's not, you know, a whole lot of complicated. I will do a fun fold on my schedule. You saw that. And then let's put this together. So this is that dainty flower paper. This is a celebration paper, and I just love it, and I thought it would be pretty just as a kind of a focal piece here. So we're going to adhere this to the Starry Sky layer I have, and then we don't want to put it down yet. This is where sometimes I forget. I get ahead of myself because we're going to wrap some twine around it. So you'll have a long piece, as I said. And I'm going to just get a piece of tape, and you can adhere this to the back any way you want. I like to use a piece of tape, and we're just going to start it off maybe about here. And we'll just put this back here. And I probably gave you more than you need. So if you want to cut it down, you can and save it, or you can just cut it off and throw it away. Depends on how much. So we're going to wrap it around 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm just going to leave it. It's not worth saving. It's not very big. Okay. And I'll have a blog post with all the information, and you can shop for products there. There's a link there. There's also a link below the video. So now we want to put this down here. We're going to use a little bit more glue, and I like the liquid glue, but if you prefer a different, then use what you want. And this, we're going to just center it top to bottom, left to right. And then this we're going to put down with dimensionals. So that's something you can either put flat or put dimensionals on. And when I'm going over a ribbon, now this is kind of narrow, I like to do top and bottom so that the ribbon or twine or this is linen thread can go between. And you probably don't need as many as I'm putting on because these are pretty strong. And we'll just take the backings off. So easy. So I'm in New York, freezing. It has been so cold. It's supposed to warm up. I mean, it was down, I think, below freezing with the wind chill, but you know, I got up a few mornings and it was 5 or 3. But now it's supposed to go up into the 40s and 50s, so that's exciting. Not here yet. I keep waiting. My poor dog is just freezing. I have a Boston Terrier, Bailey, and we moved from Florida, and he is just not a happy camper. I mean, he's actually shivering. I tried to get him a coat, but it kind of, I should have done it when he was a puppy, but I was living in Florida and we didn't need a coat down there. I think he's just a little bit freaked out by it. Doesn't take much to freak him out. So we're going to just cut the tails on this. So I like to have my ribbon scissors. And we'll just put this right here. Okay, and let's get a glue dot out. And I like to use my Take Your Pick tool for my glue dots and my gems, my butterflies, whatever I'm putting on. Just makes it easy to pick it up and put it down. Okay, so we're just going to put that right there. And I'll put a little bit of beeswax to help straighten these out. I should have done that already. Okay, now we're going to put some of these butterflies down, and I have an open package. So we're just going to put a large one right up here. I love these, and they're very flat. I don't know if you could tell. There's nothing, you know, so going through the mail, they're very flat. These are one of my favorite embellishments. So I'll put one over here. I was going to do pearls or something like that, and I thought, oh, butterflies with these flowers are perfect. Okay, and then let's put the inside layer in. Now when I do my insides, I do like to use my Stamp and Seal instead of the liquid glue. I find sometimes the liquid glue leaves like a ridge that you can see through. Not all the time, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's I put too much on or it dried before I got it down or what. So my rule is I use liquid glue on everything else, but on the inside layer I use this. So here's the first card, very pretty. And let's do the second card. And this is another of the, let me just put the envelope with this so I don't get it confused. This is another one of the papers that are in the celebration. And I know some people aren't crazy about this. I love it. I love the black background, and I think there's really such pretty patterns in here. So you're not getting a lot of it, so if you don't like it, it's not too much. And this is actually the same paper, just the other side. So I just cut it, you know, and then I cut it and flipped over the side. Okay, and on this one, yes, we do have this, and then we've got the inside piece with the inside little strip. So on this one, let's just fold it and burnish it. And this is one of my favorite layouts for designer series paper. And let's first do our stamping. Now I'm going to cheat and just, instead of cleaning it, I'm going to just ink it till there's no ink on it. Okay? I don't have my cleaner with me, and I don't want to, and then I'm going to ink it up here and just make sure that it's not, oh, I am seeing some ink on it. I shouldn't have done that. Do you see it? I'll just scrape that off. I'll be okay. So maybe don't do as I do. Do as I say. Clean your stamp. Don't do it that way. So we're just going to try to get this right centered on this. And I love that this stamp is photopolymer. Makes it easy to line up. And I'm going to just step aside and get my cleaner. It's easy to line up, and I love this font on this one. So let me just get right back. Because I will be using this stamp again, so I don't want to make it any worse than it is, and we'll do this one. I think it's because the Starry Sky is such a dark color, so I shouldn't have done that. Oh well, and let's do the inside while we're stamping. And the same thing, I just have this strip for the inside here. So, and this one is going this way. Okay, so I'm not going to put it down yet. I just want to get an idea. And I'm just going to make sure this looks good. Okay. All right. Let's close this one up. This is Calypso Coral, by the way. And it's just a pretty color. I love it. So let's just put this one down on here so we don't lose it. I'm not seeing any comments, so I see a thumbs up, so I'm not sure if I'm just not getting comments or what. So if you're commenting, I apologize. If not, then that's okay. All right, so let's put this one down here. And this is such a pretty pattern. I love it. So let's get these together. We're going to first get our sentiment. And again, you can use whatever stamp you want that will fit on this. And I used the double oval punch for this. That's such a great punch because it gives you just the right matte kind of piece behind it. So this is the punch. It has the straight and then the scalloped. So it's really great. Okay, and we just want to put our layers down. Now, if I were to wrap ribbon around this, I would put these pieces on a piece of white first, like this, and wrap my ribbon around. But for this card, I'm using an embossed little strip. And I used, this is a great embossing. Where do I have it? I don't have it out. This is one of the new embossing folders that's out. I think it's called Cane Weave. So I used that on this card and also on this card. It's very pretty. So let's put this one down. Actually, I'm going to put the bottom one down first. And just because I might want the top to layer over it a little bit. Oops, I did that wrong, didn't I? Ooh, I want this down here, don't I? Okay, too much talking. I am just going to quickly get my trimmer and cut another piece. I mean, I could do it the opposite way. Let's see how that would look. I don't really like that. All right, we're going to get another piece. I'll be right back. This is the thing when you go live, right? If you need something or make a mistake, there's like no do-over. So let me just get my paper out and I'll just cut another piece. I like to put the bottom one down because, I don't know, it's just the way I do it. If this is longer, it may overlap. So let me just measure this. I know it's 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. So I'm going to put that right in the garbage. So we don't, and we want it this way, right? 5 1/4. And I think what I did with that piece was used it for the inside because the other side is not, the pattern isn't directional. Like this, you would want to make sure. I mean, it's not that bad, but I like it this way. All right, let's try this again. All right, so we're going to put this one down first and put the glue on the floral side. And I want to have a border around it. Now, when I showed you if I was putting ribbon, I would have that white piece the exact length of this, not of the whole card base. I hope that makes sense. And then we're going to put some glue on this. So it is pretty close. Sometimes I cut them different sizes and the top may overlap the bottom, especially with ribbon. This one will cover up whatever seam or gap there is by using this strip. And this is just right across, end to end. And if anything's crooked, this is where you straighten it out with that. Okay, and then we'll put a couple of dimensionals on here. Very easy. We'll put 3 on. And put this right on here. And then I only put 1 butterfly on this card, but if you wanted to put more on, that would be fine. Where did I put my butterflies? They're probably right in front of me. Here they are. And I love the big butterfly for a sentiment. Okay, and then let's put this on the inside. And we'll have 2 cards done. Pretty easy. And I love, you know, Floral is my favorite. And there's new product coming out next month that I just got my hands on. I'll be making some demos on it. Really beautiful Floral. So this is this one. And now this one is, not that it's hard, but it's probably the hardest one because there's a lot of pieces. So I use the Meadow dies for this, even for the label, and I just cut some of these pieces in different colors. And I use these scalloped contour dies for this piece. Oh, and this is so pretty. This is a piece of vellum, but it's got this kind of leafy pattern to it. And it has, there's different patterns. So it is called Vellum Basics. And it has this leafy pattern. Of course, Bailey's snoring. I don't know if you can hear him. I always think you can hear him, and somebody said you can't. So I don't know if you can hear him, but it's not me. So there's this striped pattern, and then there's this polka dot, and then this leafy one, which we're using on today's card. And I think it's just very pretty. I love vellum. It makes it very elegant and dainty and all that good stuff. And you just have to be careful when you're gluing vellum. Although I think you can hide the glue on some of this because of the pattern. But I use that Cane 3D embossing folder for this. We're using another thick, basic white card base. And I think that extra inside is for this one. There we go. So we're just going to put this down. This is Old Olive. We'll put it down with glue, and you can decide which side you want. The embossed or debossed side. And we just put this down right in the center so we have a nice white border around it. Now I'm going to build this up and then I'm going to glue it down. But let's get our sentiment first. So let me clean it off first. We don't want to have the same issue. We'll clean this one, and this time I'm going to use Old Olive for my ink choice. So we'll do the happy birthday on this one. I always like to test it out first. And again, I'm doing it a little bit over to the left. And it is a little tight, but it does fit. And then we have room for the butterfly. And while we're at it, let's do the inside, right? We'll get all the insides done. And this one actually, on the inside, I did a flower. And I did that in soft sea foam because I just thought that was pretty. That's one of the colors on the pieces. This one here is soft sea foam, so I figured I would tie it together on the inside. So this stamp that I'm using for the inside is from the Quiet Meadow, which was bundled with the Meadow dies, but I don't think it's a bundle anymore. Oh, and here's that embossing folder hiding under there. Cane Weave 3D embossing folder. Okay, so let's get the soft sea foam. And I'm going to ink it up this way because it's so big. And we'll close this up. And it's just a light, pretty green. Just to give it something on the inside. Okay, and let's put this aside. This is the outside. So again, we're going to start building. And what I did was I just took the pieces. I have Old Olive, I have this soft sea foam, and then I have this white piece. And I kind of just put them together, tried to fit them in kind of within each other. Okay, and I'm actually going to just glue them all together. So we'll just put a little dab of glue on some of the areas. I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but it seemed to work for me. And if we need to add a little bit of glue somewhere else, we can as we put them down. So we're just going to put this right here, and I think I might have even cut the bottom of the green one. I'm going to just push this through. Because I think it was a little bit too long. And I thought I had scissors here. I'm going to break my rule and cut it with this. I don't usually use my scissors like that for anything. And then I'm just going to come back and put glue. I know I could do them individually. I just wanted to arrange it before I glued it. And I actually took a big block and put it down like this for a minute just to hold it all in place. And then what we want to do is put this on, and I put this on with dimensionals. And then once I have all my pieces on, then I put glue behind these pieces, but on the vellum, so that it's hidden. So we're going to put this down here. And then we're going to put glue wherever we see something is attached. So it just helps to hide the glue. And again, on this, it might not be so bad, but I didn't really try it. Okay, and now we can put this down right on here and center it. And I'm just going to put this block down again. It just gives it a little bit of weight to help hold it in place. And then we'll do the inside layer. And again, I just wanted to go over, in case you joined late, that I'm doing this birthday card series. So I have a whole schedule here, and if you go to my blog, you can see the schedule. Every other Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll be doing a different theme. And if you want the kits, you can get the 3 kits, 2 cards of each, so you'll get 6 kits, actually, 6 cards. If you make a $35 purchase on my online store, before shipping and tax, sorry, you'll get the kits with a PDF and all the instructions. And if you make a $50 purchase, you'll get that, as well as a full pack of the brass butterflies. Say that fast 3 times, right? So if you'd like to do that, and then you need to use this host code, and you need to order by February 12th. And then I'll be doing the next one in 2 weeks. And I'm just going to do this every other week on Mondays. And it'll all be birthday cards, but different themes. And you can get a bunch of birthday cards made, because you can never have enough birthday cards, right? So we'll put this right here. I'm looking top to bottom. And then let's put a butterfly here. And if you wanted to put more butterflies on any of them, and you could actually put more butterflies, put one up here and then put glue behind it if you wanted to. I just really wanted the one butterfly, but you'll have plenty of these butterflies if you do get the kits with the $50 order. And then again, we're in celebration, so you'll get a free product with your $50 order. So these are the cards. I think they're really pretty, and I have 6 birthday cards ready to go. I actually have a lot of birthdays in February, so this is a good one to do. So thanks for joining. Visit me at pspapercrafts.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss these, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.